What's going on, guys? We are here for the Wet Shavers Round Table number, I believe we're on number 8. Can't believe time has gone by so fast. So today we've got a very awesome show. We've got a very special guest. We've got Mr. Jon Eplin of Dr. Jon's Shaving Soaps. Jon, how are you doing today?
Wonderful. Nice to be here.
Thank you for being on the show with us. And as always, we have the Truth, David Gonzalez. How are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. It's been a very, very long day in the sun, so I'm just happy to be home and with you guys, man.
Yeah. And as always, we have our beloved Captain Smythe.
How's everyone doing? Welcome to the show, Jon. It's great to have you here.
Thank you.
I am broadcasting live from the Hotel Congress in Tucson, in historical Tucson, Arizona today, and we've distilled the show for all of you listening or watching right now to the sine qua non of what it really is, which is just the four of us. I pretty much,
yep.
You know.
Yeah, we've got.
Thank God we have a guest, because I don't think anybody's going to tune in to just talk to me, Rico, and you, Doug.
Oh, you never know.
You never know. Guys want to talk to us. So today, as you guys have noticed, our favorite Australian, Con Kazazidis, is gone because they're doing a meetup in Melbourne. So I just want to say hey to you guys out in Melbourne.
Yeah.
I hope you're having an awesome meetup. And Con gave me a sneak peek and kind of rundown on the scent profile on the soap and the aftershave for the meetup, and it looks awesome and it sounds awesome. And
yeah, it's pretty cool. Struth.
And it was like a team up between Douglas and I guess Shave the Man. So pretty awesome. And as you also have noticed, we were missing Marty Pape. He is down. He has some family stuff going on that he had to take care of. So we are missing you, Marty. And if you're on Twitter, tweet to us and we'll say hey and whatever and ask us questions. So,
yeah, Marty, if you're on Twitter, tweet to us and ask us questions.
And yeah, if you guys are watching, thanks again for watching the show. And I also just want to say, if you have any questions for us, you can tweet us at WS Roundtable. I will have the Q&A up on G+, if you want to ask us questions there. And if by chance you don't have any access to any of that, just private message me on Facebook, and I'll try to get to those. So, somebody doesn't have headphones in or something? I don't know what's going on. No.
Do you have the YouTube channel open?
No, he doesn't have it up.
No.
All right, we're good.
I don't have headphones in.
Wear headphones, David.
Anyway, so guys, thanks for being with the show. I will be manning the Facebook and the Twitter. So ask us questions, and let's just get into some questions with Jon here real quick.
But before we go do that, what's that noise?
We're fixing it.
Okay.
Just give us uno momento, people. You always get on to me about that, Douglas, don't you?
Well, because people get on to me after the fact, and usually
No.
to me.
I meant uno momento. That's not a phrase.
Un momento.
Yeah.
Yeah,
see.
uno momento.
It's got to be on. I think it's on David's side.
David, are you wearing headphones?
Bear with us, folks.
And then there were 3.
All right, Jon.
Well, anyways. Yeah.
Just got a
Do it,
few
Rico.
questions for you. I always like to ask our guests a few questions so the people out there are more familiar with who you are. As I mentioned, you are the owner of Dr. Jon's Shaving Soap Company. And first question, what got you into traditional wet shaving?
That would be pain.
The great motivator.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. It was really painful to shave with a cartridge razor. I've got some scar tissue on my neck that it would, always cause issues. So I just started Googling for a better way to shave without hurting myself, and came across Badger and Blade a few years ago, and just started reading about it and got into it. Picked up a couple of razors, soap, blade, and then just absolutely fell in love.
Nice.
Yeah, being able to shave without hating it suddenly turned into I loved every second of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, look who's back.
David, thank you for joining us again. I'm sorry, man.
Did you cut me off again, Rico?
I did not cut you off. I did not. I promise. Your screen froze and then you were gone. So
I haven't listened, but it's a very emotional time for me in technology.
So John, you got into wet shaving a few years ago. You're having these wonderful experiences with shaving and not scarring up your neck and your face. What got you into making shaving soap?
That would be an obsessive personality. I just, when I get into something, I really jump into it. And in this case, I just decided, I love all these soaps. I just want to learn how they're actually made. So I started reading about the actual process of making soap, checking out the ingredients on all the different companies that I was using that I enjoyed, and just decided to actually learn how to do it. Did it for a little while, and sent out some samples to people, and turns out that people liked what I was making, and so we decided to, maybe sell a little as a hobby, just kind of do it for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it starts.
And from what it sounds like, your business is starting to really kind of pick up, right?
Yeah, we've been open now for 8 months, and in that 8 months, we now have 30 retailers carrying our stuff, and across 7 countries, and yeah, it's keeping us really busy. As a matter of fact, while I'm sitting here talking to you, Kim is downstairs finishing up 50 pounds of soap.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God bless her.
So this is kind of a two-part question. What is kind of your favorite scent? And it could be shaving, aftershave, whatever. And what is a favorite scent or your favorite product that you have that you make?
Wow, my favorite scent. Well, okay, straight up, Alt Innsbruck is my absolute favorite aftershave. It is heaven in a bottle. I absolutely love it. As far as my products, I really enjoy our classic. I like the very clean, nearly medicinal fragrance to it. I know that's not necessarily popular with other people, but for me, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And it was the first fragrance that I personally made, and I'm actually going here in a couple of weeks to have that logo tattooed on me. So.
Oh, wow.
No.
Oh, absolutely.
Where, dare I ask?
On one of the few places I have left, so just above my right knee.
Nice. That is like,
There you go.
that's super hardcore. Like,
No, hardcore is your knee pit, like right behind
Oh,
the knee. Like,
no way. Can't do it, man. I have the
That's
inside of
hardcore.
my, yeah, I have the crook of my arm right there in the elbow done, and that was, that was bad
You
enough.
know the armpit too, like right in there, like.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
so I already know the answer to this, but I think it's a cool question. It's a funny question. Are you a doctor?
Well, I like to tell people that a few years ago I got my PhD in awesome.
Yeah.
But no, not a doctor at all. Started the company as Gentleman John's, and found out that there was an album block of the same name. And the moment
Yes, there is. Yeah.
Yeah. And so
I
as
actually
soon as
thought that was you.
found out- No, not me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not you.
Yeah, no, as soon as I found out, I went back and had new labels done and changed everything. But since I already had the logo, everything done, it was just a quick fix to make it Dr. John's.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, congratulations on 8 months. I just used one of your products today. Before I mention what I used today, this is kind of the part where we like to highlight gear that we like to use, and it could be anything, and it can also be a shameless plug on something that you're coming out with or whatever you want to talk about. And if you want to talk about that later, too, we can also plug some stuff later for you. But what gear would you like to highlight for us this week?
Well, this week's been pretty basic for me because I was working on a new soap formula. So I wanted to make sure that I was using the same thing all week long. And that way I could test out my current products versus what I was working on and alternate days. But every day this week I've used my Above the Tie R1 with the Atlas handle. Been using a Nathan Clark Uber Soft custom brush.
Nice.
And that way I can just keep it consistent. Kept a Gillette Silver Blue in the ATT because with that particular razor I like that blade.
Those are nice blades.
Yeah. Not my favorite, but in that razor it works extremely well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. So just trying to check things out, keep the gear consistent other than the soap this week.
Well, nice. Well, Jon, thank you for being with us again. As I said earlier, I really appreciate you being here. And this is the first time we've had two artisans on at the same time, so this is very cool. Gives us a chance to kind of pick both of your guys' brains, I guess, on soaps and stuff.
I talk all the time. We can give this to Jon. It's focus on Jon Day.
Yeah.
No, he's not wearing. He promised to wear an.
Yeah, because it seems like every episode is the Douglas Smythe show. So let's
yeah, exactly.
Jon.
Well, I did promise that I would wear the Optimus Prime helmet. I'll bust it out here in just a few minutes.
All right.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Okay, nice,
Yeah.
nice. We got people watching at home that are waiting for this, Jon. So
Oh my God.
I made some promises. I don't want to be called a liar.
Okay. All right.
And
I'm on it.
Reddit will tear me apart.
Yeah. Optimus Prime was my favorite anyway as a kid. So, David, products you would like to highlight this week?
You look so worried, David. What's going on?
I think it's lagging.
I'm having a lot of difficulties today. Not only is it hot as shit here in California,
Yeah.
the sun
Dude, I'm in
bakes.
Arizona. It's 110 today.
No, but it's a different type of heat. I've been in Arizona. I've been in like desert heat, and it's just different. 104 degrees
Try.
in desert heat is very tolerable for some freaking reason. I don't know why, but it just feels different. California, dude, you're just sweating in every part of your body, dude, and it's just uncomfortable.
Hey, TMI.
Every freaking crevice
I don't want to know.
is moist out here.
Inside his ears. That's what.
It's just
Not
different.
responding to us.
Oh, man.
So, David, so what's going on this week for your products?
Why are you trying to change the subject? I'm on a roll here.
Because we gotta get
No,
on the
today-
show, man. You're making us uncomfortable.
That's what I'm here for. I'm here to be the little edge, the little bit of spice in the show.
Yeah.
Oh, we accidentally bumped David off the show again.
No.
Nudge,
Well,
nudge, wink, wink, David.
I'm starting to think it's not an accident. You guys are assholes, by the way, for that. But no,
That G rating.
I guess you could get back to the actual subject at hand. I just had a very unique and very special experience this week with another artisan. And again, I haven't had a single bad experience with any soap maker, any brush maker, any razor maker, nothing. I've had nothing but positive experience in the wet shave community in terms of purchasing custom products or products in general.
Yeah.
Well, this week was actually a very unique experience. I started working with Kelly Hogan of Beaver Woodwright Products, and I commissioned him to turn a brush for me. Now, this brush was very, I guess I can say I had an emotional attachment to it because the actual blank from it, I ordered from a company about a year ago, and he was going through some situations where he was switching to more of wholesale and it's switching to a new location where he's conducting business. So my order kind of got lost in the shuffle. Well, Tom Stone from Beyond Wood Products came through for me and came through with one of his hybrid blanks that was Buckeye Burl and a Dodger Blue resin. I'm from Los Angeles, huge Dodger fan. It's just really embedded in my culture. So I talked to Kelly Hogan and I sent him that blank that I got from Tom Stone at Beyond Wood Products, and he turned this beauty right here. An absolute gorgeous brush.
Wow.
Nice brush, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how good the picture quality is on this camera, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And not only is the brush amazing, but what made the experience very unique is Kelly actually walked me through every single step. Like
Wow.
he sent me a picture when the blank got there, when he rounded off the blank, when he trimmed the blank, when he turned the bottom part, the top part, the sanding, everything. I got to witness pretty much everything piece by piece, and he was just very attentive. He communicated about as good as anybody. Again, everybody's communicated great with me in the past, but this guy just kind of went that little extra level.
Does
And
he
just to
typically
really-
do that when you custom order a brush?
I would imagine so. Is my very first time dealing with him, so I can't speak for everybody. I think so because he's a very friendly individual. So I've heard nothing but good things. I know like
He shoots
Gonzo.
blanks.
He's
Like,
actually
Come on, that
Uh,
was good. That was good.
I think everybody just chose to ignore you.
yeah.
But
Yeah, that's a
But no,
beautiful
it was
brush,
all in
man.
all- thank you. And just the feedback that I've gotten from other wet shavers about Kelly has been pretty consistent with what I felt. So I would imagine that everybody else's experiences are probably similar to mine. And it was just a hell of an experience. And this brush is just awesome. It's just freaking awesome.
Now, what is the loft?
My favorite brush.
What are we looking at, Dave? Is that a 26 millimeter? What's the loft on that?
It is, I believe it's 26 and 52 or 54.
58ers.
I can't quite remember.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, 26 and 20 to 54 or 52. I can't really remember. I just told him to set the loft. Yeah, it's a beautiful knot. Beautiful knot.
Yeah,
The
man.
knot was provided to me by one of my YouTube subscribers, actually. That goes by Anthony N. That's a N in like a 19. So I really appreciate that for him. He wanted me to try out this knot. He said I would love it. And I absolutely do, man. It's a fantastic knot.
Wow, man. That's
Nice.
awesome.
Nice.
Douglas,
Yes, sir.
have-
Well, I honestly, I did have stuff with me. I put it in my pockets,
oh,
and then I left it in the car. It was a razor I was using. What I've been using this week is the Merkur 45, which is their current modern Bakelite.
oh, cool.
I'm in the bathroom now, but I'm only in the bathroom because I want to show you what's in the bathroom besides me.
I
So
don't
this
wanna-
is historic
wanna see it.
shower. Yeah, no, you do. And, but look, this is on the inside of the door. Like, what does that look like
What?
to you?
A bottle opener?
It's a wine bottle opener
Oh,
All right.
on the inside of the bathroom. There's the toilet, so you can actually
no.
you can kill two birds with one stone. So that's. Oh, you know what I do have though, because I wasn't at the studio in the historic Tucson. I have my brushes, which I'm about to release. This is my $20 brush that's coming out soon.
Nice.
That's
Hey,
Hollywood.
I just want to voice my displeasure with you, Douglas,
Oh, gosh.
because
Oh, really? That's so
I
odd.
requested to be one of the first guys to review that brush, and I would pay for the brush, and you totally ignored me.
Wait, what? Which brush? I haven't even released this yet.
The other ones, the other synthetics in general. I said, let me be the first one to review those things, and you ignored me. My feelings are hurt. See, this is a hurt. This is hurt.
No, it's the other end that's hurt. But no, wait. So, wait, when did I say this?
I asked you a few weeks back.
I got a lot going on, David.
I will
You can
force
review
you.
this one.
I will show you live.
Okay.
Oh, God. People are going to love that.
Well, a quick segue up since you were talking about those brushes.
Sorry, David. Yes.
We got a question from Gonzo Going Blind. And he was asking, he said he was hanging out with Arlie, and he was looking at the Crown King switchback, and he said it looks amazing. But he wants to know, are you thinking about, have you thought of, are you coming out with boar or badger knots?
I don't know. If anything, I'll probably sell the rings so people can put their own knots in. Only because I don't know where I stand. I'm vegan myself, so it's kind of like I wanted to do a synthetic brush line, and that's kind of where I'm going with that. What other people do is up to them. So I might just release the rings, and again, people can set their own knots in that.
It'd be cool if on the rings you had like 3 and 4, like had it printed 3 and 4.
That's
and
the
then
plan. Either 3 or 4 or nothing at all. Not numbered at all.
Yeah.
So
that brush.
The thing is,
that brush is awesome, by the way. I've used both actually, and I liked them. I actually like.
Which one's your favorite?
I actually think I like the one with a little more backbone.
The Doro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Teddy bear here is nothing to fool around with, man.
That's true. Really great stuff.
Thank you. There's another knot I'd like to introduce as well. Another synthetic. I just want to explore the world of synthetics right now. There's so many great, cool ones out there that, they're so new to us that they're not getting enough attention, and I'd like to, bring them to the front, really.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm foreseeing when it comes to releasing other knots. It's going to be just different. So what is that?
A bastard knot, damn it.
We don't need no stinking badges.
I do have to say, I think synthetic brushes are really, over the last year and a half or so, have really upped their game big time. And I'm enjoying them just as much as some of my, my silver tips and other stuff. Real quick, I just want to mention a couple products. One of them is Dr. John's soap.
Nice.
This is Savannah Sunrise, and I really love this soap. John, I don't know how you did it, but this is like one of the strongest scented soaps I think I own. I put on today, I actually used it today, and I put on Folsom Shady Past, which is not really a strong scented soap. It's nice. It's kind of a woody scent. I kind of wanted to do a weird juxtapose on that floral peach kind of honeysuckle. But I could smell this soap through the aftershave. It was insane. And what I also love about this soap, not only was the lather, it was like a lather monster. This is a product that my wife can enjoy as well.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It is every time I open this can up, my wife goes, "Oh man, that smells great."
Yeah.
So really love
refreshing.
it.
It's super refreshing.
Yeah,
we
and especially
do get a lot of that.
In a summer day like today, this is wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm kind of going back, for me, old school. It's not really old school razor, but this is the Maggard MR8. I got this, I guess, kind of when big handles were kind of, for about a couple weeks, were like the thing. And I think as far as heavy handles go, this is probably as heavy as you need to go. There's no reason to have a handle that is ridiculously heavy. I put a feather blade in this thing, and it didn't matter how careful I was. I got nicks and bleeders, and I got a great shave, but I still nicked the heck out of my face. So if somebody's crazier and they want to make a heavier handle, I don't think you need to do it. But it's a great razor. I really dig it. So, but those are kind of the things I use for the day. And I also wanted to say, who is this? Reginald Chevron just wanted to shout out to us and said he's confident that the four of us will keep them thoroughly entertained. So, Reginald,
thanks for your vote of confidence there, Reginald.
Well, as long as
we're gonna need it.
As long as Rico doesn't kick me off the show again this week, I think we'll be okay.
I didn't kick you off on purpose.
That was Marty.
So let me kind of scroll through here and see. So this isn't a question, but Abraham, I cannot pronounce your last name, sir. I'm sorry. Abraham wants to say, yes. He says, it's not a question, but he wants to congratulate Dr. John for a great aftershave formulation. Hydra aftershave is amazing.
Hail Hydra.
Well, thank you very much. I actually, you can't see it, but I have my Hail Hydra shirt on during the broadcast.
Oh, nice.
That is an awesome shirt. I want one of those shirts. That is awesome. That is great.
I mean, who doesn't want to wear a shirt with my face on it all day long, every day?
Yeah.
Wait, what are you wearing? What is that, Douglas? The Cup Cafe.
That's actually the cafe downstairs where I'm staying. When I arrived here, I just came out of the sun, and I was just
randomly bought a T-shirt.
Well, it's cool. It's got John Dillon.
It is a cool shirt.
So, I thought it was fitting. I'm that guy. I'm the tourist.
Right.
I'm the only guy wearing like not a cool shirt. Everybody else is wearing a cool T-shirt. Oh man. So let's jump on. Let me see what's going on over in the Twitter world. Sorry guys, I'm kind of triple duty today. We got a bunch of questions on G+.
Yeah, I wanted to help you out with Twitter there, Rico, but
Yeah, you're fine, man.
function, dude. Like I'm struggling just staying on the air here.
I would like to point out this is the only time I've seen David on screen where there was not like SVU playing in the background.
But I think my wife is next to me with her phone watching SVU on with headphones on.
Okay, all right. I figured.
So John, this isn't really a serious question, but it's kind of a funny question.
Okay.
This is by Jeff Reidman. Jeff, how you doing, my friend? He asks, any pressure to have a mustache like the guy on the label?
Well, actually, the guy on the label is me.
Yeah,
I thought so.
Number one. Yeah, and I did the mustache once. And at my wife's request, I grew the mustache out. The problem is I have very dark hair, and when I grow the mustache, it comes in bright red. So I look ridiculous. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. So I grew out this huge mustache. I rocked it for a while. And
so was it this mustache right here? This was actually your mustache?
That was not
You
my
have
mustache.
his mustache?
No. I
holding up
had
his mustache.
I had like the 70s like porn stash. It was this huge, obnoxious mustache, and that was a one-time gig. So I am clean shaven till the day I die.
Well, I can kind of relate. I want to grow my stash back, but my wife thinks I look like a creeper. I'm not even sure what that means, but
I'm not gonna lie. The first time I saw you with the mustache, it looked like you had a windowless van and a bag of candy. So,
thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Funny thing is he does.
That must be epic.
That's
Those are my favorite videos.
It's an ice cream truck, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys are spurring it on. I'm gonna grow it back just in spite of everybody.
Okay.
So we got another question here. What'd you say, David?
I like the beard and mustache. Grow it all back. Just damn.
Yeah. See, the funny thing is, when I had the beard and I started doing videos, people were confused. They're like, "Wait, this guy's got a full beard and he's doing shaving review? I don't get it."
I thought it was punk rock.
I thought it was punk rock.
It's like, what makes me
So we got
punk
another-
rock is the fact that I'm not.
Yeah.
That's the way.
So we got another good question here. This is by Reginald. Again, Reginald. He's asking, do you guys change up products you're using with the seasons, and what do you guys use to beat the heat?
Yes.
So John,
Can I actually? I'm sorry.
Yeah, go for it, Douglas.
Well, it's just that I didn't really finish talking about the razor I've been using this week, and that has a lot to do with it, the Merkur 45. Maybe people have heard me talk about this before, but I don't know what it is. But in hotter weather, in the summer, I like to use lighter razors. So when I see that heavy handle that you were holding up earlier, it's like I can't sling that around in the summer. But a lighter one, I don't know what it is. In the summer I always gravitate towards lighter handles, and that's where the Bakelite comes in and delivers such a great shave. So yeah, that and scent-wise too. I have my favorite aftershaves and colognes that are just they're summer scents. And I was actually talking to someone yesterday about that, how he has like scents for time of day, time of year, like really like precise like that. I'm not that crazy, but I'm like, I'm pretty bad. But I definitely have summer scents that I gravitate towards, and that goes for soaps as well as aftershaves. And I think a lot of us do, and that's why as a soap maker we have seasonal soaps and so on and so forth. Yeah.
Hey, I got a question for you. You moved from Massachusetts, correct, to Phoenix, or the Arizona area, not quite Phoenix, but did you see a difference in your skin, what you had to use from the two states? They're pretty different climates.
Totally, man. And another conversation I was having the other day, too, I'm not sure if you can see that, but I have these lines on my nails.
Yeah, I do too.
I thought I was dying. You know, like I didn't know what was going on, and it turns out they're going the way you want them to go and not be dying. They're vertical. If they were horizontal, that'd be like there's something going on. But this just is extremely dry. Like, and the funny thing is, I make the moisturizer that everyone else is using. But the thing is, I clean up my hands a lot of times when I'm in the shop working with oils or essential oils and butters. A quick cleanup for me is isopropyl alcohol. I keep it in a spray bottle, so I just spray my hands really quick, and it kills the oil. It's gone. But the thing is, it dries the hell out of my hands, and it's killing my nails. So with that on top of the weather, this is what's going on. So now, as I'm falling asleep and I'm watching TV, I keep moisturizer on my coffee table and next to my bed, and I'm like massaging it into my nails before I fall asleep. I mean, it's just like, I don't know what the hell happened to me, but that's where I'm at right now.
That's really interesting, actually. John.
Don't patronize me.
No, I'm not patronizing. I have the same issue on my nails too, and I didn't know that was the moisture or whatever. So
I'll
John,
tell you what I did, because there might be other listeners out there. I was dealing with the ridges for a while, and like you could rake, like it sounded like a, I don't know, like a musical instrument, you know, raking my other nail across it. So what I did is I took an emery board and I filed it down so it's smooth again, and I just started rubbing moisturizer into it, and supposedly that's going to work wonders. That's going to change everything. Just re-moisturize, and right into the cuticles too. Like I really rub the moisturizer right there. Just, you'll see like a white line of moisturizer as I'm falling asleep. But that supposedly is going to do it. So I'll get back to you. Check back in with me. In like, 6 months.
That's actually a good thing to know. I'm gonna probably start doing that. That's all right, John. How about you? You change scents and stuff for the seasons, different.
Yeah, there's definitely. I mean, I prefer getting into woodsier, spicier scents as the fall starts rolling around. You know, I like the lighter floral citrus in the spring and summer. I don't do menthol in the fall and winter. That's more of, you know, once it cools down, I don't dig on the menthol. And I tend to use some balms in the winter just because I have really shitty skin, and lots of menthol and alcohol in the winter tends to dry me out. So as much as I love Alt Innsbruck, about November it gets shelved until March. So
you know, you brought up a good point too. Like I was actually having this conversation yesterday is bombs. I do use bombs, but not in the summer. I use them in the winter and the fall. You know, and pretty much only on my neck, just because they're thicker. I can actually feel them in the summertime. Like it's like, you know, it's just too much, too heavy for me. Especially for you, David. You're probably with the humidity and whatnot. You're probably like a bomb in the summertime is probably too much for you. I'm guessing.
I can't, because of my particular skin type, I can't really use bombs regularly, period. I have so I use bombs once in a while just for the simple fact that I love how they feel. But generally, I can't use them because my skin's too oily to really take them. So I'm pretty much a splash guy year-round. Except in California, it's pretty much about 72 to 84 degrees 10 months out of the year, damn near. So even then, even the sets I use are pretty much generalized throughout the whole year because I don't really have seasons here in California. At least in California, the seasons are pretty much non-existent. It's either hot or fresh. It's never really cold, and it's never really Arizona hot, but it's hot or fresh.
Yeah.
Well, I will trade you. I don't want to hear you complain about it being 70 degrees in the winter. It was like negative 23 here for 3 solid months last winter. So
I'm definitely not complaining.
It's raining. Every time I go to Southern California, it rains. I'm going to write that song.
It's just one of those things that, you know, everybody complains that it's so expensive to live in Southern California. But there's a reason for it, dude. In terms of, like, weather and, like, landscape in general, I would argue that Southern California is probably the most beautiful place in the world. You know, there's not many places in the world where you could see snow in the mountains and go to the beach probably the next week. And
Hawaii, baby. Hawaii.
Yeah.
No,
and it's not sinking into the ocean, and there's no drought there. Send me to Hawaii.
Hey, I'll tell you the truth. I don't notice any drought. I never watered my grass to begin with, so I'm not sure.
Well, to answer the question, for me personally, I kind of change up scents for the seasons. I like to wear kind of heavier, darker scents in the winter. Things that are going to probably like choke you out in the summer if you just do one spray of something, or I like to wear that in the wintertime. and as far as beating the heat, I think just like I'm totally an aftershave guy in the summer, and I just like to splash that on my neck, and even sometimes like some witch hazel too seems to feel, I don't know what it is about witch hazel, but it feels really nice. And then the winter, I'm kind of like David. I like balms. I tend to put them on at night before I go to bed, but it seems like if I put on a heavy balm, it's just my skin. It's like I break out or something typically with balms. I don't know what it is about balms that do that, but
probably it could be the shea butter. It could be different butters in it. They'll clog the pores and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got like that, what do you call it, combination skin or something, I guess. It's kind of dry and oily. So it's
so it's pretty much normal.
Yeah.
Right.
It's combination skin. I love how they invented that one.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's like I do have parts that are like oily or whatever. What are you gonna say, David?
Sure.
Yeah, guys, I just wanted to mention, you know how everybody is, you guys are complaining about the cold weather. I just want to mention that in November 14th, which is a Saturday, myself and Douglas Smythe, we started a group on Facebook called Wet Shavers, SoCal Wet Shavers Collective, and pretty much we plan a meetup here in Southern California.
It's going to be awesome.
November 14th. That's that Saturday. So we try to make it kind of like a week-long event for those of people that can't make it out for more than just 1 or 2 days. So that whole week will probably be a little festive. But, you know, if anybody wants to take a vacation, escape their cold-ass weather, because it should be getting cold by November 14th. Here in Southern California, we are going to be setting up probably a couple events through that week. No particular details yet, but we'll have something nice set up for that week.
Hey,
before that, September 26th, the second New England Wet Shavers meetup is happening in Boston too, and that we've actually found a location for that too. So we'll be happening at a brewery there, which escapes me right now. I don't have my notes in front of me, but that's happening. So people need to check out that Facebook page as well for those on the East Coast that can't make it out to California. I'm gonna make it to both. I have to. I mean,
it's gonna be wicked awesome. I can't even do the Boston. I can't even do the Boston thing.
Hey, did anybody else notice that you see a pair of women's legs behind Douglas Smythe there?
Oh yeah.
Come on. Okay.
East Coast.
Well, I was going to ask, let me check Twitter again, guys. I'm sorry, balancing act here. And David, if you could, tweet out that information to the Wet Shavers Roundtable about that meetup, and Douglas also, so we can kind of get that out to guys.
Absolutely.
Well, actually, anyone watching that knows the dates and the location of the one I just spoke of, Ruds, if you're watching, chat, anyone out there that is watching and knows the location, please tweet it to me right now, or tweet it to us, rather.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and actually, since we're talking about meetups, there is also the Dirty South Shavers meetup.
Yes.
Right, that's October.
Right. I'm trying to find the date right now, actually.
Yeah, actually, Douglas, they actually asked if I could print some shirts for that event. I already have the design idea, but being that I don't even own a computer that really functions properly, I was going to ask you if you could put together that design so I could print some shirts for them.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. Yep.
So,
I actually have the design. I have a design for the label. I'm doing the aftershave, and Ralph from Knockout Shaves is doing the soap, the matching soap, and I have a label design for it. And it might work as the T-shirt design too. It's pretty cool. I think so.
Okay.
Anyways, but
yeah, so we'll talk after the show then and see. Yeah, if you want me to put that on the shirts, I could do that. I had some other ideas, but hell, if it's already gonna match, I think that's probably the best idea anyway.
Okay.
That's happening in Alabama. That's in Huntington, Alabama.
No. They're actually doing it in honor of my birthplace. It's Huntsville.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Huntsville. Huntsville. Jeez. It's NASA. It's NASA capital of the world for the most part, right?
Right. I was born on the military base there. Yes.
So if anybody,
nice.
If anybody is out there watching the show and they know and they're attending these events, tweet us at WS Roundtable the dates so we can get that out there and spread the news more. And I encourage you guys to go out there and do a meetup. If you've never been to one, they are so much fun. It's really, really cool to meet the people in the community, meet the artisans that make the soaps. It's just such a fun time meeting people in person that normally you're just communicating with online. So
Yeah, it's tough to really get to know someone online anyways. It's so one-dimensional to a certain extent, when you can smell each other's breath, and so on and so forth. The wet shaving cruise that's moving forward too. Don't make that face, David. August 15th. August 15th, I think, is going to be the date for that 2016 cruise that's moving forward right now as we speak. We set up a committee, and we're just looking at different pitches that travel agents have made to us for it. So we're looking at a 5-day cruise out of Florida. So that's where it stands right now. Nothing set in stone. So yeah, just want to put that out there as well. But I do have all the dates. I have most of these dates at home. So I'm just traveling right now, so I don't have them on me.
No, you're great. I don't.
John, did you have a question?
No, I'm good.
I have a question. I guess I'll ask John first, and then Douglas for your insight. I guess the way they're asking this is, I guess I'm not aware that I didn't know there was a problem or not. It said thoughts on preservatives in balms, and then they said some have bad reputation. I don't know what lonines are, and parabens, EDTA, but they are in pre-made preservation. So I'm not really. Are you guys aware of this? Is this something common in shaving products?
Well, I mean, not in the artisan world as much, but in the commercial products. Which is why personally I tend to stick to the artisan products, because you are getting a more natural product the majority of the time. So like we keep our stuff paraben free. That's just a personal thing. But yeah, there are.
What is the negative? What is the negative side of parabens? Because I actually don't know.
Douglas, I'm going to let you take that one.
What's up? I'm sorry, I was just saying about a friend. What was the question?
So they're asking about preservatives. I guess this is kind of like in mass-produced, kind of the big companies, not artisan stuff. Parabens and preservatives in balms and over-the-counter products.
Different things. I mean, like parabens, some people can have allergies to it. Some people believe it causes autism. A lot of this stuff hasn't really been proven yes or no, but it's just the fact the question's there. You might want to shy away from it. It's a lot like aluminum, to a certain extent, the same argument as aluminum in deodorants. Where it's like, and I don't use deodorant with aluminum in it, but if I could easily justify myself doing that, because, I mean, if you ever take an antacid or a Tums, there's actually more aluminum in that than the deodorant you're using. So, I mean, it takes a lot of exposure to these different additives to really make any kind of significant difference in your body. I'm sorry, I'm like doing two things at once here.
No, you're great.
But and some things, like, let's see. There's a couple additives that I would definitely stay away from. I mean, and you'll see it. The rule of thumb is, if you can't pronounce it, you probably don't want to put it on your face or put it in your body, So you want to look for a shorter ingredient list, or at least an ingredient list with stuff you can pronounce. But a lot of the stuff is, I would shy away from. And that's pretty much what brought me into the artisan fold as well. Something that I can make really basically for myself. I think a lot of us gravitate towards the artisan world because we're looking to make our own products, because we're kind of confused by the stuff that's out there, or just afraid of the stuff that's out there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good question. We've got another one here, and this is for Dr. John. The gentleman asks, I have not used any of your products yet, and I apologize for that, but what's one of your standout scents that no other vendor has, a similar scent profile, and you would recommend for someone new to your product line?
Oh, wow. Something, if you're into bay rums, I think our bay rum is totally different than everyone else's. We have the standard we
Bergamot.
Yeah, actually lime is what we use in it. We use good call though. We use West Indies Bay essential oil. I use actual rum as opposed to a rum fragrance oil. I really enjoy the fragrance of the Kraken, so I use that in the fragrance. And a black tea, because naming it Anne Bonny, I wanted to stick with that, pirate theme. She was stealing tea from English ships, so I went full on with it, and it's completely different than any other bay rum out there, as far as I've seen.
So there you have it, the bay rum. Sounds really, really nice. It's funny because I like bay rums, but it's like so many. Like if you go on Etsy and you look up shaving products, there's like a million people that are all doing like bay rum.
Right.
And they're all like kind of the same.
Yeah.
So I think it's
or completely different. It's like an umbrella term, like bay rum.
Yeah.
They're all. I mean, you never know what you're getting, whether it's going to be perfumey or if it's actually going to be bay rum or it's going to be. It's like sandalwood. The same thing. It's like
right.
Sandalwood is fantastic.
But there are sandalwoods out there that you probably despise, David, because it doesn't smell like sandalwood to you. And I think sandalwood, it's something to me. It's based on your first exposure to whatever that was. That's what that set the standard for sandalwood or bay rum. At least for me, anyways.
Yeah, we have a guy.
Hey guys, I have an awesome question. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Rico,
no, go for
but
it.
Mark Pape, even though he can't be on the show, he is watching it, which I think he's just being a lazy ass, personally. But that's just my opinion.
Okay.
But he actually had a pretty damn excellent question for our guest. He's pretty much asking, is there a scent that Jon has either attempted that he didn't like how it came out, or is there a scent that he is aspiring to get or trying to do?
I have a scent that I'm going to be putting together next week that I've been thinking about for a while, but I just hadn't gotten around to do it yet. So I've got all my materials in, and I'm going to put it together. I don't know how it's going to turn out, and I don't even know how to describe it. I'm going to have top notes of peach, blue gardenia, green apple, a little bit of lemon, jasmine. I've got some white.
Hold on, I can't write that fast.
Yeah, I'm throwing in some white rose and some bamboo, guava, pineapple, and then I'm going to put it on a base of musk and a little bit of teak and cedar. So I've been like, I don't really play around with fragrances as much as I do it in my head, and I come up with an idea of what I'm going to do, and then I make sure I've got all those materials, and then I put it together. I've never actually just sat and mixed random things and come up with anything. I've always got it stuck in my head and playing around with it there, and then I just put it together one day. So
wow.
Nice.
I got a question for you. I know if you want to plug this, that would be awesome. We were kind of talking about earlier parabens and how artisans kind of steer away from the chemicals and try to go more natural. You've got a line of products that you're working on. Do you want to talk about those?
Yeah, I mean, because in my current products, I do use fragrance oils. So I'm just coming out with another line of products, just a little bit slimmed down. It's actually a different soap recipe, so it's a more traditional as far as the consistency goes. It's more like an Italian soft soap. I'm still trying to get the lather where I want it because it's not quite as cushiony as my current lather. It's ridiculously slick. Much more so than my current soap. And we're going to
stick David.
I don't know. We're going to stick only essential oils. So it's going to be, like I said, a slimmed down line. I'm probably only going to have 4 or 5 soaps. It's called Dr. John's Essentials.
Nice.
It's going to be a little different packaging. So it depending on some of the essential oils, obviously, if I'm rocking some sandalwood essential oil, that's going to be a little pricier. But yeah, just so a different line for the people that just want to stay as natural as possible. They don't want anything added to it that didn't come from nature. So
wow, that sounds awesome, man. I'm really looking forward to trying those when they come out. We had a guy on here who, I guess, kind of going back to, I guess he was just commenting on what you said about recommending one of your products, and they were recommending Dr. John's Arctic Hydra.
Okay.
I guess. Is that when you're adding menthol to that one, right?
Yeah, it's just the Hydra fragrance, a little bit of menthol tossed in for the summertime. We're actually not
And that's
making
limited.
it. Yeah, exactly. It's actually done. I've got a little bit sitting around, but I made under
I'm placing
1,000.
an order.
Okay, all right. I made under 1,000 tins and called it. So.
Oh wow, wow,
Nice.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, guys, if you're out there watching the show, you can tweet us your questions at WS Roundtable. We're trying to. Sorry if things are a little hectic here. I'm trying to man several things because we're down 2 guys, but really appreciate you guys being out there watching the show live if you are, and if you missed it, we will have it posted up on YouTube. So, speaking of what were you going to say,
Wait, did you
David?
just tell the people that are missing the show something?
Yeah, I said, well, yeah.
Am I the only one
If
that?
you're not watching right now.
They'll watch later.
Am I the only one that notices that this show goes a lot smoother without Marty?
Oh, come on.
He's watching.
Marty, we love you.
Again, my particular.
Oh.
I'm gonna come out with the website www.removemarty.com.
Oh, geez.
What else we got, Ricky?
Let me look over in the Twitter world because we had a bunch of questions in G+, and then that kind of slowed down. Twitter. We did have Marty say...
Oh, you know, I had a question.
Go for
real quick. Or not even a question, just a thought I had when I woke up this morning. And maybe one of you guys can, and it's kind of not really related to wet shaving at all, but it is interesting, I think anyways. Field day. You guys remember field day, right?
No.
What?
Really?
What the hell's
It's when you might have called it game day. At the end of the school year, like elementary school, like right before school gets out, you do games like wheelbarrow race, three-leg race.
Yeah.
It's competitions. Okay, we call that field day.
Okay.
Did you guys have something like that?
No.
Kinda.
No.
Never mind then. This is irrelevant. This is irrelevant. I just want to know when the first one was, because I just assumed it was like a national thing, and apparently it's not a national thing.
I have no idea.
No.
I went to school back in the day. I remember elementary school. We did something like that, but I don't remember what day. I mean, I was like
field day. Yeah, you get ribbons like every.
Yeah,
I think it
yeah, we
stopped
did
at the end of
stuff
middle
like
school.
that. Yeah, we did
No,
stuff.
but you would
like
remember this. You would remember, like, this is like field day, you know, and you go out there, like, wheelbarrow race. I'm going to kill someone, you know, I don't know. It's.
So we
I
got
was thinking about that.
we have another question here for John. John, when you're coming up with, I guess, a soap, they want to know, do you come up with the name first or the scent first?
Oh, wow. It's 50-50. Yeah, I've had something like Anne Bonny. I modeled the fragrance of the soap around the label, the name, what I wanted to do. So it really depends. What was that? Some of them I do come up with the idea for the label and the name and work around it. Other times, like the new soap, I have no clue what I'm going to name it if that fragrance works out. I just have the fragrance in my head, and so I'm going to work from there. So.
Wow.
A lot of times it'll just be me and a glass of scotch, and I'll
Nice.
So if you guys have questions for John, feel free to ask as well. Still kind of searching on Twitter.
I have another question from Marty. So again,
Marty, go for it.
Marty should be on the show if he's going to be asking 1,000.
Go for it, David.
On there right now. He knows I love him, but yes.
Oh, clearly.
This is a straight razor question. I don't know if anybody else straight razor shaves besides me, but Marty's asking, what is the benefit or difference between a paddle or a regular strop? I don't know, Dr. John, do you straight razor shave?
Man, I'm real basic with straight razors. Like I just got into it a couple of months ago, and it's Sundays only when I have time to make sure I don't hurt myself. So I am not an expert in that realm at all. So I don't know a benefit one way or the other.
So you were asking like what's the difference between a strop and a paddle strop, I guess?
Yeah, well, because the paddle strap is actually like a leather, a piece of
I think it's just handheld. I mean, like it's great. I mean,
glued to a piece of wood, and the real fundamental difference is they're gonna serve exactly the same purpose. The only difference is the paddle strap is obviously going to be much more mobile. People are big fans of paddle straps for travel. But one of the main things that you won't have to worry about with a paddle strap that you'll have to be concerned with the hanging strap is the amount of pressure you're using to actually pull it tight. Some people like a little bit of a looser pull or holding it taut. Some like it a little bit more tight. The paddle strap is already set, so it allows you, so especially for beginners, it allows you not to have to worrying about that variable, how tight you're holding the strap. So you really just get to focus in on your technique.
Some like it.
I'm sorry, what was that, Douglas?
Yes,
some like it top.
So we got another.
Sorry.
We got another great question. It seems to me like both Douglas and Jon take great pride in their packaging. Do you guys do that in-house? And we'll start with Jon.
I do not. If I were doing the labels myself, it would look like a 3-year-old did it with a box of Crayola crayons.
That's awesome, though. Like, that's Picasso. Or John Lennon. That's John Lennon.
No, I have a great graphic artist that I use. It's Jason Kincaid Illustrations, more commonly referred to amongst his friends as McFly, and does all of our labels. He's done a great job. I've known him for 20 years. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
He gets around to doing them when he's not busy playing like weird Swedish death metal in his band.
He's a Satanist. Yeah.
And then I use a company out of Cleveland that does all of my printing for me. It ships to me every couple of weeks. So I try to keep it all local when I can.
Wow.
Are they on rolls, John?
Yes.
Are the stickers on rolls? Okay.
Yeah.
I asked because I'm actually just for the Crown King line. I'm gonna be sending mine out to get printed for me. So they're waterproof, they're vinyl, and they're and they're gonna be on rolls as well. But I do all mine in house right now in the moment. But and all the designs too I do in house. That would be me.
Yeah.
But the spirit moves me.
I have to say, both guys, your labels are excellent. You guys can't see this. This is Dr. John's labels. I don't know if that's coming through pretty clear.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And
it's very reminiscent of the pomade, what's going on in the pomade world.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
Yeah, that's where a lot of my stuff came from was, I have a lot of tattoos. I've spent a lot of time in tattoo shops. So I also really enjoy a lot of the great artisan pomades that are out there. The homebrew guys are doing such an awesome job right now.
Yeah.
And their labels are just fantastic. So I took a lot of elements of the pomades. I took a lot of elements of flash tattoo art, and that's where I got the ideas for all the labels. And I sent McFly these rambling emails about what I wanted, and amazingly, he was able to put them into wonderful labels.
Yeah, no doubt. They're beautiful. Their works of art, I really dig them a lot.
Yeah. So we have a question here. A guy, go back and see, Steven.
Tyler, please be Steven Tyler. Please be Steven Tyler.
No, it's not Steven Tyler. We've got Steven Davidson. He's asking, Jon Eplin, do you plan on making seasonal soaps? And I think you kind of already answered this a little bit earlier, but it's kind of phrased different. Which one is your favorite soap to make?
Oh, my favorite soap to make?
I'm really enjoying making this one.
I mean, it's all pretty much the same. I mean, the blending of the fragrances. To be honest, I think I like making the Anne Bonny the most as far as the fragrance goes, purely because I can drink the rum while I'm making it. So
It's like the Julia Charles.
yeah,
So
I'm gonna
right,
go
okay.
with that. Wait, now I got distracted by drinking rum. What was the other part of the question?
Yeah.
The other part was, do you have a seasonal soap you're coming out with, or?
No, not really. I'm not as big into the seasonals. I did the Hydra because summer I just thought menthol would be fun. I'm not as big into the seasonals, mainly because of limited time at the moment. It's I work a regular 65-hour-a-week job. I make soap in my spare time, what little I have, and with us concentrating so much on wholesale, moving into barber shops, places like that, it can be kind of overwhelming if you have a catalog that's constantly changing. So
Yeah.
I try to keep it pretty lean for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that's something else, guys, when you're dealing with some of these artisans out there. A lot of these guys, they're doing this kind of in their free, they still have a full-time job and they're making this like in their kitchen, or some of them have actual studios and it's their full-time gig. So yeah, go out there and support your artisans, because
If you don't, they'll
it's a lot of,
disappear.
yeah. And I mean, it's a lot. I mean, they're mom and pop kind of operations, and they're providing, in my personal opinion, high quality stuff that you're not going to find at a box store. I mean, natural ingredients, great scents, great performance, and really, I mean, kind of why we're in the hobby. I think it's better performance, better shaves. So go out there and support your artisans. So going back to strops, and I know I'm not really a straight razor guy. I've got a paddle strop. I find it to be easier, but a couple guys are just commenting on that. They're saying I guess if you have a regular strop, you could put it on a counter or something. A lot of guys like the paddle strop because it's just easier. Anybody thoughts on that?
I don't have a paddle strap. I have a strap, and mine is hanging on a hook behind my bathroom door. I can see where a paddle strap. I mean, my understanding, and I am in no way a straight razor shaver. I do that again. I'm like John. I do it on the weekends when I have a chance. But I can just see it as it's portable and it's handheld. It's already taut. It has a tautness to it. It's on a board. Whereas a paddle strap, it's like once you hang it somewhere, depending how you hang it, it's there. And it's just, I guess it's a more of a learning curve with that. I don't know. I guess both these things you have to learn with different animals. But I mean, that's what I've always thought. I didn't know some of them are wider than others, so you're getting more coverage when you're working on the blade. Or stropping. What do you think, David? Am I hitting anything?
I don't know if you
Is there
can.
sense in what I'm
no,
saying?
No, absolutely. And again, it's not rocket science. People were shaving like this 200 years ago, so it's not like we're doing anything freaking amazing. But no, it's just simple that the paddle straps have less variable than the only thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's videos out there. I mean, there's 1,000,001 videos out there now on how to use these things. Lynn Abrams always, I think, probably the best place to start. Definitely check out Lynn. He's been doing it for a while. And then there's I don't know who's actually. There it is.
Optimus Prime helmet. Let's get a good look at
Just
it just got real.
It's,
That's awesome.
It's just changed everything.
the batteries are dead though. I think I don't think. I
no.
actually, yeah, man. There's no like.
Oh, that's not fun. Then you might as well just have like a bike helmet on.
No, he still sounds cool. He sounds like you still sound like a robot. It's awesome.
Yeah, this is my actual. This is my Facebook picture because I don't normally put my face out there. So yeah,
What's that like?
that's how I roll.
Yeah, you should have definitely just done the entire show incognito.
Right.
Who is
He's gonna be like
Dr. John?
Dr. John is actually Optimus Prime, and it's all an operation to take over the world.
He's actually Douglas Smythe.
Oh, God.
And I'm interviewing him. It got weird.
Yeah, oh, this is just opening up all kinds of controversy now.
No, that's. I mean, yeah. As to the strop questions, it's David's our guy this week to answer those questions.
Yeah.
You know, this is actually what I wear when I make soap. This is I know a lot of people use goggles. This is my lie protection. I'm not going to get anything in my eyes. We're good. So
that's why the batteries are dead.
Right. Well,
Sweetie,
the batteries
can you bring me more coffee?
The batteries are dead because I chased my cats around the house with it.
Stop right there, John. Stop right there.
Hey, John, I do actually have a question for you. Do you make aftershaves, correct?
I do.
Are they alcohol based?
They are, but once again, because I have really shitty skin, I wanted to make sure they weren't overly drying. So they are alcohol based, but they also contain witch hazel, aloe, glycerin, rose water. Yeah, I put a little bit of alum in them.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, so I kind of went all out with the aftershave to make sure that it wasn't just fragrance, water, alcohol. You know, I just some of those are great. There's great alcohol-based, just simple aftershaves out there. I use them, but I find them harsh on the skin over time. So I wanted our aftershave to actually have some benefit.
How about the scent strength on those? Like this soap here, I haven't tried your other ones, but I'm looking forward to trying them. This seriously is like one of the strongest scented soaps, and I love it. Are your aftershaves that kind of potent scent-wise?
Yes, they are. The Hydra tends to fade out. The others will linger for hours and hours and hours. But the Hydra, I mean, it's all top notes. It's all citrus. It's not as moisturizing as the other aftershaves because of the citrus essential oils. And top notes will fade quicker than everything else. That's why
especially citrus,
with most fragrances, that's why people use top, middle, and base notes, because certain things will evaporate off and you start to smell other things. Unfortunately, with all top note citrus, it's just gonna go. So
yeah. Do you make like a balm? I know we were talking about that kind of earlier.
I don't at the moment. I just haven't had time to get around to it yet. So I'm sure that's something I'm going to pick up in the future, but I just haven't done it as of yet.
Yeah, and I know like it seems like as far as aftershave, post-shave, balm and alcohol-based aftershaves, it's kind of like the dividing line. It's like you're either on one side, you always use a balm, or you're on the other side and you're like, no, I like aftershaves. I do like to change it up, but I don't know. I know like a lot of guys, it seems like there's a group that really likes balms, and they're all about the balms. So,
the balm buddies.
The balm buddies.
I think it has a lot to do with it. I think pretty much. I don't think we have all the control on what we like in terms of aftershaves, because if a certain person had dry skin, man, an alcohol-based aftershave will just tear them up. So I think our skin kind of dictates our preferences. Even though we make it, like somebody may like the alcohol burn, that balm is really going to be the best suit for the skin. So it's really going to dictate what people like.
Yeah, and that's why I tried with our aftershave to make it so, because like I said, I have dry skin, and but I love alcohol splashes. I like the feel up until it starts hurting my skin because it got so dry. So I wanted that. I wanted the best of both worlds.
Yeah. So John, you just sold Gonzo on buying Anne Bonny.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm getting Anne Bonny.
We get a piece of that, right? This is like we're working on
and he said
over here.
He's getting it because the story behind it, and he drinks while he makes it. That's why he wants to get it.
Okay.
And he wants to know, because he lives up in Chicago, does Q Brothers carry your stuff?
They do indeed. Yes.
So you
Gonzo,
heard it.
You missed it. You missed it. The meetup because it was in the window.
Oh yeah.
So it is at Q Brothers.
Yeah.
Q Brothers is a great place, by the way. I love that store. It's just awesome. So
that was a fantastic store. Hey, and just so you guys know, I actually do own one of Dr. John's aftershave splashes, and they really are nice. The scent lasts for a long time. I have the Propaganda. I cannot get the Anne Bonny because I just cannot stand Bay Rum. No offense to Dr. John, I just can't do Bay Rum. But the Propaganda and others are just fantastic. Really good face fit for them.
Nice, nice. Yeah, they sound like they're right up my alley as well. I also enjoy like rose water and alum and glycerin and so on and so forth, and hydrosols.
I would say that the face feel to them are very similar to yours, Douglas. Not identical.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I could tell you that they're not the same. I could definitely tell you there absolutely is a difference. Not that I think you'd be tripping off that, because I would imagine aftershaves are made pretty similar anyways. There is a difference. There's a discernible difference, but they're nice. But they're both very nice.
John
and I see
come from the same school. That's what it all comes down to.
Right. Yeah.
So, David, actually, I'll ask you, and then I want to hear your take on this, John. On the propaganda, that was for Shave Revolution, right?
Correct.
So, David, as a consumer and as somebody who owns propaganda, what is it about propaganda that you like?
I really like it because it is a sweet type of scent, but it's not overly sweet, and it makes it very versatile. I struggle very often to find aftershave splashes. They will pair nicely with a sweet soap, something like Bailey's Irish Cream from the old Synergy soaps. I could never find anything that really complemented it nicely. The propaganda, at least in my opinion, it's a sweet scent. It's not overly sweet, so you don't feel like you're, it's not a feminine scent that is overly sweet that is feminine, but it's just very, very nice. It's smooth. It has some sandalwood in it. It just kind of smooths it all out, but you can kind of catch the vanilla too.
Sandalwood too. Should have called it propaganda.
So, John, how did this come about, the propaganda soap in aftershave?
Don't say skateboarding.
Well, no skateboarding.
You know that video I'm talking about.
Yes. First of all, I'm just going to tell everybody, I'm too old to skateboard now. Like, I've been looking into longboards because the idea of actually trying to, pull off a grind, it hurts me thinking of the fall. Just putting that out there. So, Justin, before he had opened up Shave Revolution, was using our soap. He really dug it, and he contacted me to see if I would be willing to do a custom for his shop. So I obviously contacted McFly, had a label done, sent it to him. He loved it. I put together 3 or 4 different fragrances for him, sent him out to check out, see which one he liked. And what he ended up choosing was what we went with, propaganda. Yeah. So
David was kind of describing it as a sweet scent. Is it kind of like a gourmand, like a food kind of?
No, not at all. No, although I did have somebody compare it to a gingerbread cookie once, which I didn't really get, but everybody smells things differently. So if that's what they got,
yes, they do.
By all means. No, it's got the sandalwood is the base, and then I put a little bit of Egyptian musk in it, some vanilla. So that's where a lot of that sweetness is coming from. But then topped it off, with some citrus. It's definitely got a lot of different notes to it. So
nice.
I wouldn't necessarily describe it as a single.
What are you guys say, David?
Oh, I'm sorry. I think it's mandarin that's in it.
Yeah.
And that mandarin really comes in at the back end, and it's a really nice thing. Again, he just hits every single type of note. Kind of like when you're cooking, you want to hit all the different types of notes: sweet, salty, bitter, and all that. It kind of hits everything, with the sandalwood being real smooth and calming. The vanilla sweetens it up, and then that mandarin really just makes it bright enough to go with everything. So it's just I'm a real fan of the scent.
Well, I'm looking forward to trying. That actually has been one that's kind of been on my radar. Like a lot of guys in the community, we all have acquisition disorder, and we want to buy everything, and sometimes you can't. But I have to say, the label on that is pretty sweet. So
I dig the label.
I want to give a shout out. McFly, right?
McFly, yes. Yeah.
McFly, your design is
Hello!
awesome. Hello, McFly. Yeah. So we got another cool question here. Are there any limited products that you guys have wanted and missed out on? Soaps, aftershaves, razors? And kind of tie it in with that acquisition disorder. John, we'll start with you.
I'm gonna go with the hollows. Barrister and Man the hollows. Never grabbed it, and yeah, it just seems like I always missed it. So one of these days I'll pick it up.
Yeah. David.
Not really, no. No, well, no, wait a minute. Cold River Soapworks, whatever the hell their Green Irish Tweed version was, I can't remember that one. I don't have a single soap that's reminiscent of that Green Irish Tweed, so I'm really curious as what the hell it smells like. So maybe that one will probably be the one I missed out on.
Yeah. Douglas. Is there anything?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, even like the limited edition, Italian Barber. Jeez.
He produced
it,
so he has it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the guy doing the limited edition stuff. So yeah, no, I don't really. I'm pretty satisfied, but again, much in the way John's like constantly he's been testing his stuff this week. I have like 40 plus cents, so you can imagine how I'm constantly testing stuff. So like stuff maybe passing me by that I'm just not even aware of.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's stuff out there that I would want if I knew it was there, but like I try to keep the date with this stuff. But I mean, unless I'm seeing it in shapes of the day, I can't buy it for anything. I mean, like I think I'm pretty content with what I got gear wise.
Yeah, I think I've kind of slowed down this year on buying stuff. I actually don't have it with me, but the new brush by Douglas that you can change the switchback.
Switchback.
I love that one. I'm glad I jumped on that really fast. I knew that was going to sell pretty quick just because of the design. I think, because I haven't smelled Aqua de Parma Intensa Oud, I guess.
Oh, Parma.
And yeah, Parma. I didn't get my hands on that one, and I'd like to try it. I'm just curious to know. Chris Cullen's got a great nose. He's like a frag head, so he loves crazy perfumes and colognes and stuff. So I kind of wish I got that one. And then the 70th anniversary, David, you got that one. You showed it off last week.
I'm getting that in.
I am absolutely in love with Saponificio Veracino, dude. That's good stuff. I love their stuff.
Yeah. So what time is it? We got about 9 more minutes, and then we're going to call it good. Let me check Twitter real quick. So, John.
Are we officially an hour and a half now? I'm just rolling with the punches here.
I think so. An hour and a half seems to be a better time. It seems like things go a little smoother. And actually, guys, if you're watching out there, let us know what you think about an hour and a half. But last time we listened to you, we went 2 hours, and then you said it was too long. So maybe don't tell us.
We went 2 hours?
Yeah, we went 2 hours one time. You were out of it. I don't know where you were. You were gone.
Yeah, kicked me out. Just for the record, Rico banished me for that show. He straight raised.
I did.
Where I would have been the most valuable asset. I am hurt.
Yeah. Actually, that was the worst show for that to happen on. Let me just do some quick house cleaning so things get cleared up, because David's going to bug me till the end of time on this. He was having issues, and at the bottom bar where it shows everybody's face, there was 2 Davids on the screen. So I booted one that was frozen. I didn't know when I booted that one that when he logged out, it booted him off the show permanently for the day. So
that's what happened.
Yeah, that was my fault.
Blame your doppelganger, David. Don't blame us.
Yeah. What do we got here? Limited. I couldn't get my hands on the Sterling brush or the switchback from Douglas. I've been lucky enough to get some of the limited run soaps, but my brush game is lacking. Yeah, and that's the other thing, guys. If you're out there and you've got acquisition disorder, trying to buy everything, you got to come to, at some point, unless you're Chris Bailey, you can't buy everything. You just can't.
Yeah. And there's no need to, anyways. I mean, it's interesting though how fast this year turned into like the aftershave year into the brush year all of a sudden. Yeah. Anyone else notice that? It was like aftershaves, brushes, Poisson style especially. Like it's really like off the hook how that happened. I wonder, like, and now are we going to see the year out on brushes? Is that going to be the new thing, or is it going to be something else that's going to be jammed in there before we're out?
Yeah.
Thoughts? Predictions?
Yeah. I personally, I kind of think just you got someone who does reviews, and I can't. I try to kind of stay on top of what's going on out there, and like I just can't do 50 videos a week, so I'm doing like once a week is just it kind of works for me. I'm not out there to win any competitions on videos on how many I'm putting out, so I can't keep up personally with what's going on. But it seems like the community, things move so fast on what's going on. I don't know. I can't do it.
Not wearing
Dave,
headphones?
maybe so. John,
what was the question?
Are you wearing headphones?
No, I'm not wearing headphones. Why?
Because we're hearing an echo.
yeah. John, as an artisan, kind of looking in on the shaving community, what things kind of surprise you? What things kind of motivate you, I guess, that you see going on?
Wow. You know, I can't say that anything really surprises me. But as far as motivation, I mean, for me personally, I just really love seeing people. Every time I get an email from a customer, every time I see somebody posting online that they enjoyed my stuff, that they appreciate what I do, that's the whole reason that I like doing it. I mean, truly, I love the fact that people appreciate something that I made with my two hands, and put my time and effort into, and for people to get something out of that, enough that they would comment on it online, or especially email us and tell us how much they enjoyed it. There's absolutely no bigger thrill for me. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Aside from chasing your cat around in your Optimus Prime helmet.
Well, that's just something I do, you know, after I've had too much scotch. That's
So,
what drinks in.
Too much.
Yeah.
So, John, you kind of mentioned it, and someone asked, Gonzo actually asked, you said you're coming out with the Essentials line. Do
Yeah.
you have a, I guess, a tentative date on there?
I don't. Actually, my wife, Kimberly, is finishing up. She is leaving her regular day job
Wow.
next month. She will be working full-time on the soap, and which is going to then allow me in my spare time to work on new things. I've been working on some pomades, working on the Dr. Jones
Nice.
Essentials line. So once we get everything settled with her being full-time starting in October, that's when I can really start busting things out. So I would say after the new year, because, you know, with the holidays coming up, we'll probably roll through that. So, but come the new year, yeah, we'll have the pomades coming out. We'll have the new line of soap. We'll have a couple of new fragrances. Some new stuff in January, February.
Well, congratulations
Nice.
on that. That's a big step in your evolution, I guess, as your business of the soap and stuff. That's a pretty, I could imagine, kind of a scary step, but it's also probably a real freeing thing you guys are going through.
Well, it's going to mean that I'm not up until midnight putting labels on soap every single night and sleeping for 4 hours and getting up and doing it again. So.
Yeah.
Been there.
Yeah,
Still
congratulations.
there. Still there.
Right.
You mentioned pomades, and I don't know if you can tell, I use pomades. It looks like you use pomades.
I do.
Are you into the artisan pomade kind of community?
Absolutely.
What would, I know this isn't really shave related, but what is your favorite artisan pomade out there?
You know, I'm going to have to give a shout out to Clayton and say that O'Dowd's is my absolute favorite pomade that I'm using at the moment. I mean, for the last like 4 months, I've been rocking O'Dowd's Heavy. Occasionally I'll do his regular.
Which one are you? Which one are you? The heavy one?
Oh yeah, I love his Heavy. That's what I'm wearing today. Actually, I'm rocking a 3-day buildup of O'Dowd's Heavy today.
Nice.
Nice.
Don't lean up
Yeah.
against the white wall.
Yeah.
Be like, was that coming to America?
Did you get the baste?
You know, I did not get the base yet, just because water-based, a lot of the water-based pomades just don't do it for my hair. I have very thick, wavy hair.
It looks too thick.
So yeah, so I need something a little heavier normally. The one that I wish I had caught of his was the Mountain Dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed that. So
Have
Clayton,
you tried mine, John?
no, I haven't. I'll expect that in the care package that you're going to send.
I did send you a care package, actually. I try to send all of our guests a care package.
when you come out with your pomades, if you're coming out with pomades, I'm totally looking forward to that. I've been experimenting with pomades. That's something I've been transitioning. I don't know. This hobby gets you into so many other hobbies.
Right now.
Yeah, well, it's weird. Like, I got into, I think I said this last time on the fragrance thing. I got into fragrances because of shaving. Right. And just kind of by default, there's a lot of pomade guys. I don't know what you want to call that. The pomade community that is involved in wet shaving.
Palm Mafia.
Palm Mafia, yeah. And so that's kind of got me intrigued on trying to find new pomades and stuff. So totally dig it. And actually, it's funny because the communities are really similar. I mean, they don't. I think a lot of the guys that are just pomade guys, they have no clue that they're missing out on the shaving stuff.
No, there's crossover. There's a lot of crossover.
Yeah, there really is.
Yeah.
I blame Etsy. It's Etsy culture. Etsy generation is what we are. So you're seeing a lot of these artists and things crisscrossing against each other, and like, oh yeah, they know about it, and they're coming into it, and we're going into their fold also. So I definitely see some cross-pollination in that regard.
Right.
You know?
Well,
That's really cool. I like that about it.
Yeah.
John is definitely. I mean, looking at John's like soap, his labels and whatnot, you can even see it there too. So like, it's happening. By this time next year, I'll be all greased up also talking.
I want to
Black
see that.
sizzling.
I want to see that, Douglas. That would be awesome.
I have curly hair. You don't want to see that.
Oh, I totally want to see it, man. I want to see you doing the Justin Timberlake old school hairstyle.
I don't even know what that means.
I'll send you a picture. Well, guys, we are right at the 1.5 hour mark, and we got a lot of comments, guys, saying 1.5 hours is the perfect time. I have to give a big thank you to Jon for being on the show. Really enjoyed hearing more about your soaps, finding out about it. I love this stuff. My wife loves this stuff. I'm looking forward to trying out more of your stuff, so I will be doing that down the road. But thank you, Jon, for being on, and really glad to have you here.
I second that.
Appreciate you guys having me. It was fantastic. It was a really good time. You know, next time if you have me on, I will wear the helmet the entire time.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Also, Jon, if guys out there wanted to find your products, where would they go?
Google. Or you could just go to www.drjohns.com.
Okay. David Gonzalez, where can guys find you?
You can check me out on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter under SoSharpDavid, all one word, or SoSharpLimited.com.
All right. And Douglas?
HowToGrowAMustache.com, PhoenixArtisanAccoutrements.com, and now CrownKingShaving.com.
All right. And you can find me, Rico's Corner, on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and a whole lot of other stuff. VoiceBite and Periscope. I'm thinking about jumping in on that. And I just want to say, to Marty and Con, we missed you. Hope you guys are having fun doing whatever it is you're doing. Shout out to the guys in Melbourne on their meetup they're having in a couple hours. And guys, we just thank you for watching the show. As always, you can tweet us at WS Roundtable,